Hey, beautiful and handsome, if you're listening. Today is Tip Tuesdays, and I have a great tip for you. It's in reference to honey. Now, I don't know if you like honey or not. It took me a minute to get used to honey. Um, you know, there are different types of honey, that's first of all. And some of it just I didn't care for. I do use honey on a regular basis now because it has a lot of great um, things that are good for your health. That's the best way for me to put it before I go into too much detail. But I know that the seasons are changing and you may be having some issues, maybe with sore throat, from nasal drip, there's allergies, and you might be getting a little nervous because I have to tell you, I thought for a minute, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been out too much, even though I had my mask on and I had my gloves on and I was doing everything to follow precautions. I did go to a couple of places the last month or so, and my nose started running, and I was in here about to pass out. Like, oh my goodness, I've been on quarantine all this time since March, only going out for, shopping, doing everything that I need. I got hand sanitizer everywhere, wiping down doorknobs, wearing my mask. I got gloves in the car, the whole nine. And then my nose started to run. And I was just like, Lord, please, can you help me? Don't tell me that I done messed around and now I'm infected. I live by myself. That means that I would have to take care of myself. Like, if something really happened, no one would be here. Make a long story short, to God be the glory. No, that is not it. I don't have COVID. I don't have a fever. I recently went to the doctor, had a checkup, did everything that I needed to do. Nothing. Post nasal drip, change in season, runny nose. That's all. That's all it was. But honey, I want to go back to that. See how quick I forget what I'm talking about? I just need to give you that story. Um, Honey is great for a lot of different things, right? We use honey for sore throats. We use honey and lemon to soothe your stomach. It's good for digestion. It's just so many things that honey is good for. But there are multiple types of honey, like I said before. I don't know if you heard of like orange blossom honey. There's honeys that they add additional things into. Um, there is that honey bear that is in the supermarket, and I just want to tell you that you need to be careful with that if you want to get real honey. Okay, because the bear that's in the supermarket, that's $1, $2, $2.99 is not real honey. All right, that's a honey mix. So there's honey in it, but there is also a lot of additional sugar, chemical, and byproducts, syrups, coloring, things of that nature that is in it. When you buy honey, you want to buy organic honey and you want to buy raw honey. Okay, you don't want anything that has been mixed with something else because that's not going to give you the same nutritional benefits as real honey would. Not only that, all honeys are not made the same, let alone that whole thing with the mixed honey that you find at the supermarkets and things of that nature. Another thing is you want to use honey that is local honey. That means the honey was gotten from honey hives, from the honeybees that's in your local area where you live. And let me explain that. The reason that you want local honey is because those bees get the pollen from all the plants that are in your area and from the trees, right? The trees have pollen. It falls on the ground. It turns into a flower. The bees go in there. They get the pollen from that. They take it back to the hive, right? Then they create the honey. Those things help with allergies. Allergies in your local area, in your neighborhood. So if you get honey from California, yes, it has some nutritional properties. I'm not saying that, right? But it's not going to be as helpful as it would be for the honey that's in your local area. If you got problems with hay fever, things going on with your sinus, and it seems to be seasonal, you want to use local honey. And the best places to buy local honey is at places like, I guess you can go to Trader Joe's may have local honey. I don't know. I don't buy it from Trader Joe's. I go to a regular health food store is where I normally buy it from. Now, Whole Foods will probably have local honey. I buy it from a organic farm stand, right? Or a farm stand. You heard me talk about farm stands before, and I also put videos on my YouTube channel, Beautiful Curves 365, about foods, items that I purchased from the farm stand and staying within your budget. Those are the places that I actually buy the honey from, because the honey there is from local farmers, local people that have beehives. I don't know if there's a name for people that make honey. Like, are they just honey makers or beehivers? I don't know. And if you find out, just let me know. But it makes a difference. All right. So the next time that you purchase honey, I want you to look at the label. Don't buy anything that says mixed. If you have to buy that, don't buy no honey right then and there. Take your change, put it in a jar, put it in your car until you can save up the money to get some honey. If you go to farm stands, fruit and vegetable stands, places that sell organic foods, nutritional spots, it's about $4.99, $5.99. It's not a lot of ounces now, I will tell you that. But it goes a lot farther than you would think. You don't need to be pouring 5 teaspoons of honey in a cup. That's another thing, right? If you're going to use honey, you only for 1 8-ounce glass of tea, right? All you need is 1 teaspoon. Use a teaspoon of honey. Get used to using it that way. Sometimes you can use honey in your hair. You can use it in your skin. If you're using honey for those instances or for self-care other than something that you are ingesting, you don't need local honey. Buy regular organic honey. That's what I would advise for you to get from like Trader Joe's or something like that, because you're not ingesting it. The properties that come from local bees, it's you're not going to use it enough like on your scalp or on your skin, in your hair, or on your body, that your body will actually absorb enough of it to see a change. But if you're actually ingesting it, that's totally different. So that's the local honey that I want you, or am advising that you purchase. And I'm sorry, this hair of mine is a mess. I don't know what to do with it. After I took out my braids, I gave myself a deep conditioner, by the way. And no, it did not have any type of honey extract or anything in it. But honey is good for facials. It's moisturizing, right? Honey is good after doing a foot scrub. like with some Epsom salt, and you can also put some sugar in there. Or if you don't have Epsom salt, right? I use Epsom salt to soak. So you use the Epsom salt and you soak your feet in it. After that, you can mix a little bit of honey and some sugar, and you can also use that as a scrub. So it's moisturizing and it's also cleansing. But that particular honey does not have to be local honey. And I'm not telling you to go out there and buy two different types of honey. I'm just saying if you're going to use honey to consume for health purposes, use local. If you're going to use honey for your body, for your hair, right, and you're making things out of it, you want to use organic honey. Use organic raw honey. You can buy it by the bigger bottles from Costco, BJ's, Trader Joe's. I did mention that before. You can get it from Trader Joe's and whatever the name of that other place is that everybody go to, that has organic foods, fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. I can't think of the name right now, and I know that I said it earlier. But yeah, try honey. Honey is actually good for you. And here's another thing. We don't have enough bees. So in a minute, we're going to run out of honey, which is something that is healthy for you. So when you see a honeybee, don't slap it. Don't kill it. There's a difference in all of them. There's a difference in a wasp. There's a difference in a bee. There's a difference in a blackjack. They're all different types of species. And honeybees are almost instinct. They're almost gone. How about that? Yeah, they're almost gone. So that means that we're not going to have honey. Another thing is honey takes the pollen out of one plant, right? And it's transporting it. So sometimes it drops. So now it drops and then it grows more flowers. If we don't have the insects that are doing that, that is not going to happen. So not only are we losing the bees, now we're going to lose the plants that have these healing and nutritional properties. So that was it. That was Tip Tuesday. I figured I'd tell you about it. Hope you enjoyed it. To all, stay well, stay healthy. Try some honey, some ginger. Ooh, honey, ginger, water, lemon, and a shot of apple cider vinegar. What? To clean out your system. Take that like 5 days at bedtime. I'm telling you, your digestive system is going to be jump started. It's going to jumpstart. You'll go to the bathroom. You'll feel much better. You won't have bloating or constipation and things of that nature. Well, you may have some constipation depending on what your issue is, but most of us just have issues with not going on a regular basis. Now, I don't want to get into all of that in reference to honey, but just try it. It's very good for your stomach. Love you. Can't wait to talk to you again. Thank you for listening in on Tip Tuesday. Enjoy until we meet again.